Hello and welcome to the Daily Millwall for Friday the 16th of February 2024. And today's Millwall news, we start off with something I tried to show you. Obviously, there was no video yesterday and there's a reason for that. My laptop seized up while I was recording it, and very funny actually, in a not funny at all way. It froze after about 7 minutes and 38 seconds, and I didn't notice, and I was just waffling on for about 40 minutes. And I didn't notice, and at the end of the video, then I did notice, and I tried recording it again, and I kept an eye on the clock this time, and I noticed that it crashed after about 5 minutes and 38 seconds. So I just said, you know what? Screw this, I'm gonna sleep. But in yesterday's video, if it would have been made in an alternate universe and you would have seen it, the main point that I wanted to bring up in that video is this. What is this? This is from whoscored.com. It is a table, a custom table, from the dates of the first day of the season and to the 10th of November, which is the day before the Sheffield Wednesday 4-0 game, which was Joe Edwards' first game in charge. So this table is BJE, before Joe Edwards. 23-24 season, BJE, before Joe Edwards. So we got 15 games, 4 wins, 5 draws, 6 defeats, 15 goals scored, 19 goals conceded, 17 points. 17 points. So 17 points from 15 games, and we're averaging a goal a game, which is absolutely pathetic when you compare it to the teams around us. So that was before Joe Edwards, right? So that's under Gary Rowett, and that's under Adam Barrett as well, right? So now we go to this AJE, after Joe Edwards. This is the table. This is it here. This is the table. If I go up and show you the dates, I'll show you I'm not lying. This is from the 11th of November 2023 to the end of the season, or to as it is now, right now, the day today. As you can see, 17 games played, 4 wins, 4 draws, 9 defeats, 16 goals scored, 25 conceded, 16 points. 16 points. So before Joe Edwards, it was 17 points from 15 games. Joe Edwards has got less points from 2 more games. I think I did the math earlier. This is an average of 0.9 points per game. If we've got 15 games left of the season, if that carries on, that 0.9 points per game, we're going to finish the season on 46 points. Which is below the target of 50, which means we may very well either end up getting relegated or survive based on the incompetence of other teams. So this is what we're dealing with here. And also note as well, 16 goals scored in 17, so less than a goal a game. Less than a goal a game and less than a point per game. So this is what we're getting from Joe Edwards. Worse than Gary Rowett. Although Adam Barrett's combined in that as well, so I could probably do it with just Gary Rowett, but I just wanted to keep it simple, like what Joe Edwards has done since he's got here. The unproven Joe Edwards, who has now proven himself after 17 games, he's not very good. I'm sorry to say it, he's not very good. And it bewilders me how people can't see this, or they don't want to see it. They want to just give him more time. Let's give him more money to spend so he can get a load of new players in. Do you remember that when they did that with Nigel Spackman? He brought all those players in. How did that go? Wasn't very good, was it? No, it wasn't. And Ian Holloway as well. How much money did he piss away? So yeah, there you go. I just wanted that was going to be in yesterday's video, but I just thought I'd tag it in front of this one. Then we move on to hear from the man himself, the big game tomorrow. In the biggest game in Joe Edwards' career, because you very much feel that there is some rumours going around that if he loses this, he will be getting sacked. I don't know how true they are, but you never want I never want Mill to lose, but you would think if he wins this game, then that'll paper over the cracks. So I'm looking through the fixture, and he won't get sacked if we win the game, and he'll stay in, and then he won't do enough to keep us up for the rest of the season. Because you're looking at the games left, so if we win this game, we'll be on 36 points. We then need to get another 14 points. Where are they coming from? We've got to play Rotherham, so you think we'll get 3 there, but where's the other 11 points coming from? I'm looking through the list of teams we've got to play. I can't see 11 points there. No way at all. Not the way we're playing at the moment. So let's read this. What is it? Oh, it's from southwarknews.co.uk. It's nothing to do with playing style. Millwall boss explains why he believes damaging Ipswich loss was not linked to the brand of football. Much discussion surrounding Millwall's in possession style, but Joe Edwards is not convinced that was the main issue on Wednesday. Yeah, because we didn't have possession football. They had, what was it, like 65% possession, and we had the rest of it. So if we were trying to do that, it didn't work. Millwall head coach Joe Edwards believes that the Lions' heavy defeat in the hands of Ipswich Town had nothing to do with the playing style. The Lions were battered 4-0 by the Tractor Boys on Wednesday night and were left hanging just above the relegation zone as a result. The arrival of Joe Edwards last November brought with it expectations and suggestions of a style change with Millwall, a club that had spent the last 8 years under Neil Harris and Gary Rowett playing a more counter-attacking and less expressive brand of football. Yes. The damaging nature of the Ipswich defeat has reignited debate among fans on if a style change is possible with the Lions' current set of players, if Edwards had implemented the process of change correctly. The issue is particularly of interest given the Lions' reputation across English football as a hard-to-beat traditionalist, a reputation that would have taken a hit among neutral fans watching the humbling defeat live on TV. However, the Millwall boss insisted that the primary issue during the Valentine's Day bludgeoning was not style but the failure to defend properly. Pressed by Sky Sports after the game if he had the players to implement changes to the style, a bullish Edwards said, well, it's nothing to do with the type of football, it's about defending. Obviously, since I've come in, people are looking for a narrative of what's the change. It's about the playing style, possession, this and that. I get that people look for a narrative, but at the end of the day, it's defending is the fundamentals of the game. And when I'm preparing a team to play against Ipswich, knowing full well that Ipswich are about and how good they've been this season, there's nothing from my end where we'll going out with a license to be loose in and around our own half of the box. Even the first 25 minutes of the game, we say we started well, and it wasn't from playing this absolute total football. We were putting a lot of balls in their box. We had a lot of set pieces because that's always been a threat of ours. Everyone knows what people would want games to feel like at the Den, where it's not nice for the opponent. I feel like that is what we're doing. It had nothing to do with this over elaborate style of play. The reality is poor defending starting from when we give the ball away down the side of the pitch that leads to the corner. Defending is what it's cost us. It's nothing to do with playing style and personnel that match it. Moving on now to the South London Press, londonnewsonline.co.uk. Squad unity, a priority for Millwall boss as they try to emerge from a difficult situation. Yes, but united in what way? Because, like I said, there are rumours around that if we lose tomorrow, Joe Edwards is gone. So, do the players want to engineer that to happen? Not saying not saying match fixing, but we've seen it before. The Rotherham game at the start of the season, many years ago, like down in tools. If they want him gone, he can be gone. They've just got to lose tomorrow. Joe Edwards has talked about the importance of maintaining squad unity after Mill's 4-0 home loss to Ipswich in midweek heightened relegation fears. The heavy reverse to the Tractor Boys leaves the South Londoners just above the Championship bottom three, with Sheffield Wednesday next up at the Den tomorrow. The pressure is building on Edwards and his players after a 6-game winless spell, which has seen them collect 1 point from a possible 18. But the former Chelsea and Everton coach, he was at Chelsea and Everton and England. He was an England coach as well. Appointed as Gary Rowett's successor on November the 6th, is not pressing the panic button. Edwards told the South London Press, "Our reflection is always a big part of what we do, but in this instance, we came in on Thursday morning all feeling very disappointed, which can create a kind of flat feeling and a flat energy. But the reality is that in a couple of days, we've got the chance to go again against a team that will look very different than Ipswich did. They're in a different proposition. There will be no analysis of the Ipswich game. We have to move on very quickly onto the Sheffield Wednesday game. That doesn't mean pretending it never happened. We need to keep talking and addressing the fact that we've got a clear problem. At the moment, where we do a lot of things right, we start games well and look like we're on the right track. And then we're making too many mistakes, which are getting punished heavily. The follow-on from that is not been good enough. But we need to turn up with a strong mentality, and that is the demand of this league after such a heavy defeat, where you either want to have it out or have a day to feel sorry for yourself. You don't get that. It's straight back to focusing on Saturday. We've got a good spirit and a strong environment. Everyone is together. I know that doesn't count for everything. Football results determine everything, but it does still count for a lot. It's certainly still a team that is in a strong place in terms of togetherness and our spirit. My personal job is to preserve that, because we are a team that is in a really difficult situation now. I've been around a lot of teams in difficult situations. I've never seen a team sulk their way out of trouble or by moaning or turning on each other. Wednesday's game was the worst it has been since I've been here. We need to make sure that the response is to get back to our work and ready to go into the next one, because the next match is always the best way of clearing it out of your system. Wednesday's reverse was Mill's heaviest at home since Coventry City won by the same scoreline in a League One match in August 2015. Oh dear, oh dear. Now, what are we doing now? Oh yeah. If that wasn't bad enough, yet more humiliation. Here we go. Mill's trip to Leeds United to be shown on Sky Sports. Isn't that great? Wonder, what's that going to be? A 6-0? 7-0? 8-0? Mill's Sky Bet Championship trip to Leeds United will be shown live on Sky Sports. The fixture, originally set to take place on Saturday the 16th of March, will now be played on Sunday the 17th of March. Kick-off at 3 p.m. Ticket details for the match at Ellen Road will be confirmed in due course, and this game may be rearranged if Leeds United progress to the quarterfinals of the Emirates FA Cup. So they've moved it, but it might not even be taking place if Leeds get to the FA Cup, which means a midweek game against Leeds, which will almost certainly be on television. So there you go. Not only that, but the club are also telling us of this, which is this is I don't know why they don't normally do this. This is like way in advance. So for all of you overseas people who have a Millwall TV season ticket match pass, there is another game that you won't be able to watch on that, because anytime there's a game that's been selected for overseas broadcast television, that means it's blacked out for you, because they want you to watch it on the television. So Millwall Sky Bet Championship fixture at home to Birmingham City on Saturday the 9th of March, kick-off 3 p.m, has been selected for overseas broadcast. This move will affect the ability to stream the match on Millwall TV, with passes unavailable in many locations. Full details will be confirmed as soon as possible ahead of match day. So there you go. Yes, we all know about that, don't you? Now moving on to the preview of the game. Art Crown, Saturday's match sponsor. So Mill's match sponsor for Saturday's Sky Bet Championship visit of Sheffield Wednesday is Hart Crown Limited. Please introduce yourself and your company. Tom Creighton, Director of Hart Crown Limited, based in Brockley, SE4. The company carries out groundworks of all nature. If you or your company could liken yourself to a Millwall player, past or present, who would it be? Alfie Wood from the 1970s, an old-fashioned centre forward who never gave up. Just like when any problems arise within groundworks, Hart Crown never give up. How long have you followed Millwall? Do you have any special links to the club? I've been a Millwall fan since the age of 9, just over 60 years, and have had a season ticket for 25 years. So there you go. Do you remember your experience at your first Millwall game? When was this? The first memory that comes to mind is Everton away in the FA Cup 4th round in 1973. We won 2-0. How could Millwall supporters benefit from your company's services? Millwall fans can benefit from Heart Crown services. They have any requirements for groundworks, civil engineering, or building works. We are a local and trustworthy company who will always deliver to our clients' needs. So there you go. And yeah, doesn't seem to be a website around, but I'm sure they must have one this day and age. There's no address on there. Saturday's match ball sponsor, ATPI. Let's hear about them. So Saturday's match ball sponsor for Saturday's Sky Bet Championship game is ATPI. Please introduce yourself and your company. ATPI are one of the world's fastest growing travel management companies, spanning 32 countries and providing the highest quality of service to its thousands of clients in the energy, marine, media, corporate and sports world. It all sounds interesting. If you or your company could liken yourself to a Millwall player, past or present, who would it be? Teddy Sheringham, a truly world-class professional. How long have you been following Millwall? We are new to the club. We're looking forward to the game. Well, good luck with that. You picked a hell of a season to join the club. Do you remember your experience at your first Millwall game? When was this? Oh, today. So there you go. How could Millwall supporters benefit from your company's services? If your company has a travel spend of over £500,000 per annum, then contact us to see how we can save you money going forward. Visit atpi.com and contact us on the chat function or by email. So there you go, ATPI sponsoring the match ball. New to Millwall, let's hope it's good for them. Oh yeah, the match balls are gay now, by the way. Did you know that? We've got gay match balls. This is the Millwall message board. Happy 12th birthday to Francesca and Bobby, both seen below. So there you go. Both seen below? There's only one photo. Oh, no, hang on. You got to do that. Okay, there you go. So that's Bobby. That's Francesca. There you go. Happy 10th birthday to Henry Rush. Love Mummy, John, Nanny, Grandad Tommy, and Nancy. There you go. Pictured there with Zampa round the back by the Docker stand. Happy 13th birthday to Caleb. A lion from the start, strong, brave, and clever. Love from Mum, Dad, Jacob, Samuel, and Isaac. There you go. Look at that cake. Fantastic stuff there. Wow, look at that. What's that? Skittles, Kit Kat. Incredible stuff there. I wonder if that was homemade. That's fantastic if that was homemade. Very well done. And that's it for the Millwall message board. And if you want to get your messages in, you go to SLO at Millwall FC, I think. It's usually on there. Now, matchday mascots for today's game. Introducing Millwall Football Club's matchday mascots for Saturday's Sky Bet Championship visit of Sheffield Wednesday. Vinny Jacob. I wonder if they're any of them. I bet they all predict wins. They're all very optimistic, which is very sad when we lose a game that you think, well, they went into it quite optimistic, thinking, oh, we're going to win 2-0, 3-0. This player's going to score, that player's going to score, and then we end up shitting the bed. So any of the players are reading this. Yeah, you know, maybe try visualizing what your performances and what they can produce actually mean to the people around you, paying their money to watch you play. Saturday's Junior Lions mascot is Vinny Jacob. Vinny attends Timbercroft Primary School in Plumstead. His hobbies are all-around football, and he plays as centre-back for his team Vikings JFC under-11s. Vinny's favourite player is Zion Fleming. Next up is Bertie Stoll. 9-year-old Bertie attends Maypole School and lists his hobbies as playing football and playing on his Xbox. Bertie's favourite player is Zion Fleming, and he predicts a 4-0 win Mill this weekend. Well, we did beat them 4-0 up in their place, so that is not impossible. But current form. We hope. We can only hope. Jacob Chick. 7-year-old Jacob Chick goes to Hartley Primary Academy, and his hobbies include football, and more football. Jacob's favourite player is Tom Bradshaw, and he hopes the Lions win 3-1 this weekend. We all hope that, don't we? Emilio Bond is next. Emilio Ramirez Bond is 7 years old and goes to bilingual primary school. Emilio simply lists his hobbies as football, and his favourite player is Sean Hutchinson. He predicts a 2-1 win for the Lions. There you go. Next up, look at that photograph there. Grace Wiltshire. 10-year-old Grace Wiltshire goes to Bean Primary School, and she also lists her hobby as football. Grace's favourite player is Zion Fleming. So Zion Fleming, very popular among the mascots today. And she predicts a 2-1 victory for the Lions. And next up we have Mason Tully. Last but by no means least is 11-year-old Mason Tully. Mason enjoys football, ice hockey. Well, he plays ice hockey, where he supports Milton Keynes Lightning, and being with his friends and family. Mason likes Zion Fleming and Kevin Nisbet, and he hopes Millwall beat Sheffield Wednesday 3-0. We hope you all have a fantastic day. Indeed, let's hope we all have a fantastic day, and that we win, and that kickstarts something, and we just keep on winning and winning and winning. And here we go with 11v11.com. This is the historical record of the result of Millwall versus Sheffield Wednesday games. The very first one back in the day when they were a big club. 1906 in February, the 8th of February. We lost 3-0 in the FA Cup. And that would have been not at the Old Den. That would have been a different ground, because we didn't move to the Den until 1910, I believe. I always get confused between 1910 and 1920, because one of the days is one of those years we moved to the Den, and one of those years we entered Football League. I believe we moved to the Old Den in 1910. So yeah, that would have been in the old ground in North Woolwich. And then after that, in April 1939, dodgy time in the world, and we won 2-0. And you can see here, we did not lose against them for many years, over many games. We did not lose from 1939 all the way down to 1991. Incredible game in 1991, which, what would that have been, the fourth round of the FA Cup? 4-4 draw in the FA Cup. But then after that, we go on a weird little run, starting in 1995 and ending in 2015. So 20-year period of losing to them a lot. We lost in the League Cup 2-0, and then we lost in 2002, losing in 2006, losing in 2013, only drawing in 2014, losing in 2015, but then since then we're back on the winning runs. We've haven't lost to them in 4 games, and last time out it was a 4-1 win in February 2021. Weirdly, a lot of these games are in February. So that game 2021 was in February, 2019 was in February, 2018 was in February, 2015 was in February, 2006 was in February. So weirdly, I don't know if they asked to play them in February. That's kind of weird. But yeah, a lot of, or just the fixtures compilers being lazy and just copy and pasting the fixtures from one year to the other. I don't know. But yeah, so you can see, mostly it's a game we don't lose, mostly, except for a certain period, and then we go back to winning. That's at home. Away is different. Obviously, at home is so at home we beat them a lot. Like I said, last time out was a 4-1. We got 3-0. We got 4-2 in 1990. There are a number of weirdly high-scoring draws. So 3-3 in 1979, as we've seen the 4-4 in the FA Cup. Yeah, but as you can see, plenty of green, plenty of blue, not a lot of red. So that's good, isn't it? That's good. That is good. Now moving on to whoscored.com, and we look at the last 6 games. We've won 3, drawn 2, lost 1. Plenty of red cards. 3 red cards in 2 games. You can see we've kept 2 clean sheets in a 0-0 and a 1-0 win. They've only kept the 1 clean sheet, so they don't come and keep a clean sheet against us much. That was also in that 0-0 draw. In the 6 games, the last 6 games at Millwall, we scored 9 goals, 5 yellow cards, 2 red. They've scored 6, 11 yellow cards and 1 red. If we look on the right hand side, Millwall have kept a clean sheet in 5 of the last 6 matches against Sheffield Wednesday in all competitions. That's home and away. Millwall have lost 5 of the last 6 matches in the Championship. Yep. Millwall are undefeated in their last 6 matches against Sheffield Wednesday in all competitions. So they haven't beaten us in the last 6 matches in all competitions, home or away. This is how the table lies. It is very important. We are 21st, they are 23rd. 7-point gap, which can be shortened to 4 if they beat us. Although there is a massive disparity in the goal difference. And remarkably, it's very clear this season that we haven't scored enough goals. And you can see here we scored 31 goals in 32 games. Well, Sheffield Wednesday have scored even less than us, so you can see how bad we are going forward. They're even worse. They've scored 24 in 32 games. That's not very good, is it? No, it isn't. So what we're going to do, let's go to the form table. So there you go. Last 6 games, we're bottom. They're 2 places above us because they got a win instead of an extra defeat. We haven't won in 6 games. We've scored 13. They've scored 12. I got it wrong. Jesus, we've scored 3. They've scored 3. Gee, 6 games. In the last 6 games, we scored 3 goals, and they've scored 3 goals. But they've conceded 12. We've conceded 13. So we're worse than them. We've conceded 1 more goal. Holy shit! Damn it! Fucking hell. Now standings. Go back and go to the home games. As you can see, we're 22nd in the home table. That's piss poor. We've scored 14 goals in 16. That's less than a goal a game. Great value season ticket, isn't it? Less than a goal a game for us. You see plenty of goals if you support the opposition, though. So I guess there's that. Jesus. But away, how are Sheffield Wednesday away? Not very good. Not very good. They're the second worst away team in the league. They've only scored 7 away goals in 16 away games. Holy shit. Ring-a-ding-a-ding-ding-ding. They won 2, drawn 1, lost 13. So they are not very good. So when you see this piles it on in my mind. Like, we've got to beat them tomorrow based on this. If we don't win this game based on this, what the fuck is going on? What is going on? This isn't just a must win. This is like you should win. Not a must win, a should win. Jesus. If we look at Millwall's last 6 home games, that's what they are. We've only failed to score in one of them. That was the last one at Ipswich where we got battered on Wednesday. Every other game we scored goals. The last 5. But not many points. Or a few. But only when we keep a clean sheet. We only win. We keep a clean sheet. And that's going back to the Norwich game and going back to the QPR game on Boxing Day. That one, not the other one. So yeah, but when you look at Sheffield Wednesday's last 6 away games, you can see they've conceded 4 goals on 3 occasions in a row. They've conceded 2. They failed to score in 4 of those games. But I guess before those 4-0 defeats, they had 2 players sent off, and that may have affected it. I don't know. But the only points they've got away from home in the last 6 is a 1-0 win at Preston on the 29th of December, and they had a player sent off. So, but they kept a clean sheet in that. So interesting. Obviously, if they can't score goals, if they're struggling to score goals, it's like us. But they're even worse. But obviously, they need to keep a clean sheet, otherwise they ain't gonna win because they can't score more than 1 goal. So, like I said, if does that mean? So that means if they score more than 1, I mean, then we know there's problems there. Like I said, this isn't a must win. This is a should win. If they score more than 1 goal, the alarm bells need to start ringing. But if they only score 1 goal, you're probably thinking they're probably going to try and sit back and defend it because they know they've probably not got another one in them. And then it'll be, can we break them down? It'll be the battle of 2 teams trying to keep a clean sheet. So here's the strengths and weaknesses. That looks a lot better for Millwall, doesn't it? And there's the match forecast, which never come true, so I don't know why they keep putting this up. So let's move on to the prediction from WhoScored.com. So here we go. They speculate on what the team could be. There's the match facts again. Prediction. Individual errors put the game beyond Millwall early on in midweek as the Lions were hammered 4-0 on home soil by promotion hopefuls Ipswich. The London club have now dropped to 21st in the table, with manager Joe Edwards coming under serious pressure heading into this must-win relegation 6-pointer. Sheffield Wednesday were no match for the attacking might of league leaders Leicester in midweek, conceded twice during the first half en route to a 2-0 away defeat. That result is a damaging one for the Howls, who have lost each of their last 3 championship matches away from home. And they predict it to be Millwall 1, Sheffield Wednesday 0. So there you go. That is textbook Millwall win, carrying on as we're carrying on. Not only doing enough to score 1 goal, but winning the game because we keep the clean sheet. So that's bang on form and expectation. Is that what's going to happen? I don't know. Let's move on to this. SkySports.com, David Prutton's predictions. What does he predict for the Millwall Sheffield Wednesday game? Obviously, he is a Northerner. He is a professional Northerner. What side do you think he's going to favour in his prediction? Well, let's find out as we scroll down. We might have a way to go because this is not a very important game in the grand scheme of things. It is for Millwall and it is for Sheffield Wednesday, but not for Sky. And here we go. David Prutton of Sky Sports predicts Millwall 0, Sheffield Wednesday 1. So there you go. We've got 1-0 one way, we've got 1-0 the other way. I have no idea what to predict. I have no idea what the team's going to be. I have no idea how they're going to be told to play. The only thing is, obviously, in the interview I read that he said they're not doing post-match analysis because they don't have time. Now that may have been the factor over Christmas. Why we won so many games. Did they stop doing that over Christmas? Maybe that's the thing. We should stop fucking looking at pictures of the last game and just concentrate on what players can and can't do, telling them to what they can do, and rather than picking them apart, because maybe that's not helping them psychologically. Maybe that is the issue, and I wonder if they didn't do that over Christmas, and that may be the reason they're struggling to figure out why did we win 3 games in a row and then it's just gone dead. that may be the reason why, because you want picking apart people's faults and breaking them down. That's kind of like what Chinese water torture, Guantanamo Bay, waterboarding them. You're torturing them. You're making them watch their shit performance. You're picking them apart. That's not good for their self-esteem, especially in an environment where you need to be like a warrior, a battler, like a sportsman. Obviously, football's not the most contact ready sport out there, not like boxing or UFC or rugby even, or ice hockey, but it's still machismo, it's still male pride. And if you're making them watch videos of their shit performances and telling them how shit they are, like psychologically, maybe that's not the goodest thing that you should be doing. So maybe that might help, that we might actually fucking win this game. Although I'm pretty sure Wes Harding won't be playing because he's probably going to be a gibbering wreck after being yanked off at half time after scoring that own goal. So I'm pretty sure he doesn't need to watch footage of that to have that, to have nightmares and flashbacks about that. He's probably had woken up in a cold sweat in the middle of the night thinking about that. Because obviously these players, when they get to this age, they're given like yearly contracts, and he's probably looking at them like he's gonna have to figure out where he's gonna be playing next. Maybe no one's been speaking to him about a new contract. They can start speaking to you from the 1st of January, and he's thinking, oh shit, I've just fucked my future up. I've got a year contract here, it's running out in the summer, and no one wants to talk to me because I've just scored a fucking shitty own goal against Ipswich. So you have no idea what's going on in the players' minds and how it works. You think, well, what does that matter? They get paid enough. Yeah, but they've got mortgages to pay and they can't get proper mortgages. They have to go like shit to specialist mortgage companies because they're contract workers. And you think, well, they can't get a mortgage, so they just have to like save up their wages and just buy a house like that. Buy a shit house. And rather than just getting a decent house that their salary can afford them. And you think, well, yeah, but like that's probably better than what you're doing and what I'm doing, but that's a problem for them. And if you're working contract to contract, year to year, and you have no idea if you're going to get another contract next year, that's going to be worrying. That's going to be looming. And when nobody's talking to you about a new contract, that does put pressure on you, and that can either help you achieve and move forward and fortitude yourself and go out there and do something to get that new contract, or it can weigh heavy on your mind and affect your performance and not be the best of things to be thinking about when you're playing football. I should stop waffling on and make a prediction. But like I said, I have no idea what to predict. Jekyll and Hyde Millwall. This is a game we should win. It's a game we must win. It's a game that we've won in the past. But what does that mean? Like I said, I never want Millwall to lose. But this might be a blessing in disguise if we did lose this game, because it's almost certain that if we lose this game, Joe Edwards most certainly, like probability, will be fired. But if he wins it and he gets more time, and then we don't win another game until the Rotherham game, and then we don't win another game after that until the end of the season, and we go down, it's gonna be fucked up, in it either way. So yeah, I don't know. I'm telling you what, streaks need to end. They need to end. We can't keep winning games 1-0, 2-0. We can't keep winning games by only keeping a clean sheet. So I think we're going to win 2-1. I think finally we're going to win a game where the opposition score. So they're probably going to score, or we're going to score. It's going to go to 1-1. Then we're going to win 2-1, or we might go 2-0 up and they could pull one back. So yeah, I'm going to say 2-1. Finally, we win a game where both teams have scored. And on that note, thank you for watching and goodbye.